Okay, so this is the King's Row match.
Stay in sight, and I'll keep you safe.
Another match on one of the beloved maps in the game. And this is a bit different, this one here, the way it starts out. So we're getting set up here for the, ready for the big attack for them to come push the choke.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers.
Now, as you can see here,
Defend objective A.
first problem right away. We got everybody basically pushing that. They're basically at the opening of the choke. And so the problem with that is that if you look here, we got our Genji up top. They can be sniped, right? You can put a sniper up here on the enemy base, up top in the window. These guys would just be picked off down here. So that's problem number one. Our tank, he could go sort of closer up, but again, you want to sort of get them away from their spawn and then start to basically tank off this corner and start dealing with them once they pass the wall so that you're sort of can pull them back a bit so you're not in the way of this window up here, right? Now that you know, that assumes that they're actually going to put a sniper up there. That doesn't always happen all the time, so let this roll here. You'll see Genji's over there in their spawn. He's almost completely dead there. He managed to jump out. Hawk's taking a lot of damage. Genji decides to jump back over the wall and go over there and try and 1v5 their team. He immediately gets wiped out. Hawk's got Satan in front of him. She walls him off. He's dead. So now we got Genji dead, Hawk dead. Getting pushed off the point. And then I've got Satan beside me. I'm dead. So this match already isn't looking too good.
I have to stay focused.
Looks like we might be approaching another clusterfuck for a match. Tank goes back up again, gets wiped out. DPS gets wiped out, Genji. They've already taken the point now. I put the healing pylon up, hoping that the guys would actually pull back so we can tank off that corner. That doesn't happen. Got big beam Zarya all charged up over there. Fucking melting everybody. Our tank switches from Hog to Ramatra.
They won't get the best of me.
See, he's taking a lot of damage up there. And he's dead again. So is the Pharah.
I'm recharging.
I almost managed to pop her there when we were in the bubble. Not that you still had their whole team there, so wouldn't, you know, we would have killed her and that would have been it. We're all sitting in Torb's ult, so that's not going to go well. So at this point here, the our Kiriko says Team Diff, in that their team's basically rolling us, right? So that's and up until this point, that's what it looks like is going down here clearly. So Ramatra now finally is up front. Basically now the team is behind him, and we're going to go up here basically to where the cart's going there. That point, second point. And now this is where the match gets turned around. So we go from getting rolled to rolling them. I get on Mercy because I didn't think that the previous healer I was on was doing enough kills. So, you know, if I'm not doing enough kills, I might as well at least turn around and jack the healing sky high. So I got on her, and now my focus is now to make sure our tank doesn't die, and also keep the DPS up and all that stuff. So we head out for that. A comes in, tries to wall him off again. Almost kills him. He's naded. Tank's pushing up. I popped the turret because I was waiting for the tank to actually go in and try and kill the DPS or the healer there. And this is where we keep them now for the pretty much like remainder of the match is right here. They try to push left here a couple times, the enemy team, but they basically get shut down immediately. I made the calls in chat, voice chat. Only problem with that is the only one in there is Kiriko. I'm stuck here, so May ice walls, and I get pinned between the ice wall. I couldn't get out of it. I couldn't go left or right. Couldn't crouch out of it. I was just stuck there. They're trying to push left again. They got Anna, of all people. I don't know why she, brain dead beyond belief. Like Genji trying to 1v5 the team is one thing, but Anna? That's like, what are you doing, man? That's a detriment to your team when you pull something like that. I take the turret out. Actually, if you got an Anna playing like that on the enemy team, I don't even think she realizes she has a team. There's Echo now trying to push left. See, they got a Diva up top. He shields her off. And she wasted her time. Horrible result again. This is not because I got to get out of there, so I basically have to go across the lava and turn around and get back here. Lucky I didn't get killed there. Again with the turret, I'm gonna take the turret out. And I realize the tank's down at this point, and I got to get the tank back up. So now it's a matter of trying to do this sneakily without dying. Get the tank back up. Put soldier back to full health. Hide behind the pillar here so I don't get over the wall, so I don't get done in by the bomb. Soldier ult. I damage boost him. We're still taking a lot of damage. We're coming in. So I'll go back to healing. Anna's over there, left hand side up top on the platform. Our tank goes to deal with her. Tank dies. My res is on cooldown because I already res the soldier. Good Junkrat out of there.
My duty is being done.
That, like, see, this is what I don't get right here. This one right here. So is she alive or dead? She got killed. Let's go back and take a look at this. So I go res, or heal soldier. Right there, I can see the shot. See her shot come across? She scoped in, that's why you see the tracer. But the question is, like, why are you here? That's the Anna right there. So we go for free cam on this. Like, this is not good. She can be so easily taken out right here, it's incredible. And the fact, see, this again goes back to show you, you know, the quality of the teammates and stuff. Nobody really seems to notice the tracer there coming across and the fact that, you know, she's over here. So what's her team doing? See, look at, that's the funny part. So the Anna's over there. Junkrat needs healing. And their healer is over here. Now that would be a good, where she's standing there now would be a good spot to stand. The end of that is if your whole team is right here, right? And then she's sort of out of the way, and she can still pop heals at the same time. Which maybe that's what she's thinking. Maybe she's thinking that the team will finally get over to the spawn and make it to that point. But that hasn't happened yet, so probably not a wise idea. The other thing about this too, that I should mention here, is that this is kind of a bad spot to tank this. Like, the fact that we're tanking right here is a little bit of an issue, because in this game, time matters. You can see the clock right now is at 3, up here in the center, 3:34. So it's always counting down. And when these guys come out of their spawn here, basically they die, and then they come out, but they only got to move, what, 25 feet or something like that? And then they're right back into the shit again with us. So essentially there's no travel time. So they just keep dying, spawning back, fighting right here, because we're fighting right in front of their base. A better way to do this, and a way to waste most of their time, right, because they got to come out of here, would have been if we had to move back. So they come out of here, they got to go up here. If we had to move the cart, let them move it right down about here, right on this corner. Now they got to walk all that distance. Every time they die, they got to walk that distance back to this cart if it was sitting down here, which currently it's not. We could tank it from over here and not have any issues, and still cost them time. Every time somebody dies, there's a penalty now, because now there's time that they're going to waste coming, whatever it is, 10 seconds or whatever, coming back from the spawn to the cart. So the more of their time, like the enemy team's time that you waste, the better off it is for you. Something, again, a lot of people don't think about when they're playing the game. They're just too busy trying to heal or trying to kill or whatever, right? So things like that don't really get thought about, which is why, as you can see from this group I'm in, why we're sitting here right now. My team should have been back further towards our spawn. And that also has the benefit, too, that if we die, the cart is closer to us, right? So this is a slight little thing that a lot of people probably don't take into account with this game. The distance and the time matter. So we'll go back to my POV here. Soldier finally realizes that it's over there. She gets killed. I got the hell out of there, because every time a junk rat launches one of those tires, man, usually 99% of the time it lands right on me. Almost every time. They always hunt for the healers. More annonades coming in. The other thing, too, they could have done, they finally decided to do it later on in the match, and that is that when they're pinned in their spawn like that, this always amazes me to no end, how this goes down. Now, sometimes your team can be so bad that you just get fucked. I seen this with Samito one time, where you're talking about like a multiple rank 1 guy, and he was playing a match. It was Junkertown. They actually had to attack. The problem was his team was absolute garbage, and the bigger problem was that on the enemy team they had an Overwatch League ball, and the DPS on that team and the healers were fairly decent too compared to Samito's team. So he ended up getting pinned and like actually locked in the spawn. They couldn't get out. Ball would be killing them, the DPS would be killing them. So I mean, that's at a high level that kind of stuff can go down too, right? But here, if their 2 DPS had went like Bastion, Widow, not even permanently, just temporarily, right? They could have been spraying our entire team essentially without even leaving their spawn, which our team would have had to back up at that point. So like right now, we're taking ground. We're basically pushing up to their spawn, which again, I don't think is a smart idea. But what I'm saying is there is ways that could have got us out of this situation here. And you'll see later on, near the end of the match, they finally decide to go bash him. But I mean, that's already right at the end of the match, and you decide to do that. That's another problem with this game, is that sometimes when you're playing, you could be thinking to yourself, I should switch to something else, and you got to keep in mind, again, the game's on a time limit. There's a timer ticking down. So if you don't switch and you wait a few more times, you die a few more times, go back to spawn and stuff like that, finally by the time you do decide to switch, it can be way too late. You're already screwed, right? Your team's going to lose. And that's essentially what happens here too. Back. I killed the tank there because basically if I don't have to heal, you know, if I'm not really worried about him to be dropping, falling over dead, then I might as well. I'm already doing my ult anyway, so I might as well just pull out the handgun and start pumping in damage to whatever needs to die. Help the tank and DPS her. They switch to Ryan. Ryan comes in. We got a Bastion. See, now they switch Bastion. But look, we're less than 2 minutes now into the match. Like before it ends. They try to push left again. I get stuck on a pole. Get that fucking thing out of the game. Yeah, I died here. I think I died from... Yeah, funny, I died from something from the junk. Must have been one of the Junkrat bombs. I tried to kill the trap that was there. I didn't want my tank stuck in the trap.
Ich sollte schnell zurück. They have us outnumbered.
They do start to give us a little bit of a push here back. But we managed to basically stall this. Waiting for DPS and everything to get back in order. Soldiers over there, left-hand side hall. They send a Vegeta in to try and deal with him. He pulls out of there. They got Bastion behind the cart spraying us. Torb's ult was beautiful there. That was perfect. They leaded their tank. We got Junkrat doing the ult off the left-hand side. That could have been deadly too if that would have hit the right amount of people. I get fucked here again. Just as I launch my ult, the Mora's got her ult going. So she's beaming me in the back of the head, right? And she's a pain in the ass to kill. When she gets that ult going, man, it's just hard to kill her. So, obviously, I'm not facing her. I'm trying to get back to the cart. And I get beamed down by her. But the most important thing is we still got DPS and we still got our tank up.
I'd better be more
Plus, Kiriko's out there as well. She was doing really good healing too during this.
Remaining.
Think of your grandchildren. Come here, and I will feed you. Treatment ongoing.
And this is where they're basically done now because now we're pushing right back to where we were again.
Sponsoring you.
Then you get the Bastion ult at the end. The Bastion ult could have, again, it was too little too late. I mean, if you had went to that, you know, a minute or two after us pinning them in their spawn like that, then that could have been a game changer, right? Again, it's decision making. You take too long to do something and then it's too late. The match is over. But some of them Bastion ults I've seen there too, where some of the good Bastions will turn around, they'll, I call it double tapping, right? In a war zone, what the reason why they would call it that is that basically you would attack a target, kill a bunch of people, and then when the responders come in and stuff to basically rescue the people in the buildings that are burnt out or bombed out or whatever, then you turn around and launch a second attack. So you kill them as well, right? So it's a twofold type of thing. And the Bastion ults in this game, when you get guys that know how to use them properly, that's a lot of times you'll see that happen. I've been killed by it, where they turn around and you think that they're going to launch the ult in one spot, but they save a couple shots, or they might save a single shot. And then at the very last second before the ult expires, they'll hit something else, and that'll probably be you running away, dying, or whatever, right? So that Bastion could have made a big difference there in their game had he switched that a couple minutes ago instead of at the very end of the match. So that was a pretty good match overall. It didn't, on the stats though, when you pull the stats up for this match, basically they got smoked, right? They couldn't get out of spawn, so it looked like another one of those lopsided battles. The thing with this one though is in the beginning of the match, it looked like it was going to be lopsided in the other direction, and that my team was going to get smoked. But because we had a tank change, because I went Mercy, and we had another good healer of the Kiriko, and the DPS were decent and stuff, we managed to turn this thing around. That's the beauty of this game, is that in situations where you think you're screwed, and you're going to lose the match, sometimes, you know, someone makes a change, or the enemy team makes a change to something worse, and that gives you an advantage or a benefit, and next thing you know, you win the match. That's the beauty of the game. You never really know how things are going to play out until it's actually finally over. So anyway, I'll do another one of these once I run into a good match that's worth covering in the replay viewer. Until then, take it easy.